Many facts shown in the series are seriously distorted. This applies to appearance, individual characters, everyday life and customs. In Vikings, the Northmen live as a single nation, periodically making military campaigns to other territories. In reality, the Vikings were disparate groups of warriors, explorers, landowners, and artisans. Each group was led by an authoritative and experienced fighter who called himself a chieftain. The people of the northern regions were not united, and the groups had little contact with each other. Catherine Winnick, who plays the role of the beautiful and fearless Lagertha in real life, is licensed, is a professional personal bodyguard, and has a black belt in karate. She originally got into the movie world by teaching martial arts training to actors and actresses. Her experience in martial arts was a key factor in the decision for the creators of the series. Travis Fimmel confessed that he likes to pull pranks on his co-workers the most. He pranked every member of the crew, and almost no one allowed to joke about himself. He pranked his comrades on the phone and hung buckets of water over doors, which infuriated some of his co-workers. The actor playing the role of Floki admitted that he took a certain part of the character from Travis Fimmel. During the first seasons of the series, the word Vikings is almost never pronounced by the Northmen or other peoples. The episode Blood Eagle was officially recognized as the most violent episode shown on television in 2014. Surprisingly, Vikings beat out even the famous and bloody Game of Thrones in this nomination. The scene turned out to be as realistic as possible, without any understatements or exaggerations, which is why it evokes genuine feelings of animal horror when watching it. Many fans of the series were literally outraged after one of the most interesting and controversial characters, Siggy, died. Fans could not understand why this sudden death was necessary, because such a plot twist was completely unjustified. The fact is that the actress playing the role of Siggy herself asked for the death of her character, because due to some personal circumstances, she could no longer live in Ireland and take part in filming. The screenwriter such a request was not to his liking, as he had quite serious plans for the development of this character. The actress herself admitted that the decision to leave the series was one of the most difficult for her. The makeup artist of the series conducted extensive research before preparing the first sketches of tattoos for the main characters. Each of the symbols that we can observe on the skin of the Vikings carries a certain meaning, which is confirmed by ancient Scandinavian artifacts and runic engravings. Connoisseurs of Scandinavian mythology note that in this case a colossal work was really done. An attentive viewer will notice that each of the tattoos changes over time after any important events occur in the lives of the main characters. The series often shows ravens. In ancient times, Scandinavian tribes honored these birds as companions of Odin. It was believed that Odin served two ravens, Hugin, or thought, and Munin, memory, which flew around the world and reported to him about what he saw. Odin had many names and nicknames, and the god of ravens was one of them. Ravens were depicted on Viking banners. Ragnar's troops marched under such banners. Thus, the characters of the series considered the appearance of ravens as evidence that Odin was watching them. The basis for the storyline of the series was Icelandic mythology, mainly the sagas and tales of Ragnar Lodbrok. Some researchers claim that the actual protagonist of these works is actually Aslaug, one of Ragnar's wives. Another wife named Lagertha is not mentioned in all the sagas. Lagertha appears in the chronicle Acts of the Danes by Saxon Grammaticus, on which, incidentally, William Shakespeare's tragedy Hamlet is based. Most historians believe that Ragnar, father of Björn the Iron-Skinned and the Conqueror, of Paris Ivar the Boneless, could really exist, while Lagertha could be a figment of Saxon Grammaticus's imagination, as she combined the features of various mythological characters, Amazons, and warriors. In the TV series, Harald the Hare was Ragnar's rival, and his battle colors, red and yellow, are now present on the coat of arms of Norway. Evidence suggests that the Vikings originated there, although they had territories throughout Europe and the Middle East. Victorian historians often portrayed the Vikings as a horde of bloodthirsty and amoral warriors. But while the Vikings were a tremendous fighting force, they remained very spiritual. The Saxons, who used torture and execution, were often far more brutal than the Scandinavians. Vikings include some of the best battle scenes ever shown in historical dramas. That's because they are choreographed by an expert choreographer of ancient martial arts, and the training of extras and actors can last for weeks at a time before a particular battle is filmed. There are dozens of groups in the UK and Ireland that are into Viking history, collecting replica weapons and armor, staging staged battles, and sometimes offering their services or advice to show coordinators. The number 9 inches was very important to the Vikings. Evidence suggests it appears frequently in texts and artifacts found at burial sites. The Tree of Life, Yggdrasil, had 9 branches, 9 worlds. In Norse myths, the goddess Ran was dangerous to sea travelers. She could catch them in nets. She had 9 daughters, personifying the waves of the sea. The first season of Vikings, symbolically, consisted of 9 episodes.